Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today we're going to be talking about SmackDown 1000. Episode happened this past Tuesday night, live from Washington, D.C. Before we get into it, take some time, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on SmackDown 1000, guys. Overall, I think the show was pretty average, with a lot really didn't happen. They only had like 4 or 5 matches on the show. The big thing, I think, coming out of this was the whole evolution with Batista and Triple H. We had a couple crown jewel qualifying matchups, which I really don't care about. And the return of Rey Mysterio. Across the board, I think people enjoyed it overall. You know, there were a few people that didn't enjoy it. But the show, you know, it was nowhere close to Raw 25 or Raw 1000. And you could just see this is truly the B show of Vince McMahon's eyes. You know, SmackDown 1000. The show opened up with Vince, Shane, Stephanie doing a R-Truth segment, Truth TV, with a dance break. Hilarious stuff. It's always good to see Mr. McMahon appear on TV. You know, we don't get that too often. Last time, I think it was the Kevin Owens headbutt incident. But apart from that, I could have done without the McMahons. We had no Rock, no Austin. Undertaker barely appeared for, the last 2 minutes. It was a very lackluster show. No Jeff Hardy, no Christian. You know, some of the staples of SmackDown throughout the years. I think, you know, it would have been great to see a lot more legends appear on the show. That's my personal taste. I like seeing the legends come in every once in a while. You know, we had a semi-Edge head reunion with Kurt Hawkins. Zack Ryder, nowhere to be found. The matches here were decent. You know, half of the matches I didn't care about. Usos versus AJ Styles, the WWE champion, and Daniel Bryan. Really good match. The Usos actually win here, defeating Styles and Bryan. Bryan accidentally hits Styles, eats a super kick, and then they hit a double super kick for the win. That's pretty big for the Usos. I love the Usos. Really big fan of them. They really turned around the past couple of years. What was next? I believe next was the Evolution stuff. And I think Batista cut one of the best promos of his career. Yeah. So, next up, you know, they hint at a match with Batista and Triple H, saying Triple H has never beat me. He's done a lot of things, you know, but he's never beat me. I liked it. I really liked the hinting, and then they're all hugging and shaking hands after that. So, could this be leading up to a big Batista-Triple H match? I don't know. You know, their matches were great in 2005. Can they deliver in 2019? I don't know. Triple H, one of my favorites, my favorite. But I don't know if they could have a, you know, good to great match. We had a Crown Jewel qualifying match. Rusev versus The Miz. This was a bullshit match here. It lasted less than a minute. Aiden English causing the distraction roll up with Miz winning here. What a waste of time here for both guys. We had the cutting edge with Becky Lynch. And then Charlotte came out. They brawled around. And Becky leaves standing high. We've seen a glimpse of Jeff Hardy backstage with Rey Mysterio. No match for Jeff Hardy. No big matchup for a lot of guys tonight. Where was Finn Balor? I mean, Finn Balor's a Raw guy, but I still would have liked to see a lot of talent on this show. Where was Samoa Joe? Or is Samoa Joe on Raw now? It's like he's out of the title picture, but we're going to just keep him off the show for a couple weeks. Next up, we had the New Day versus The Bar for the tag titles. This was a good match, and we had the Big Show turning heel for the, millionth time. We had a big ending to Sheamus, the neutralizer to Big E, and Big Show comes out of nowhere, chokeslamming Kofi Kingston through this announce desk, which Jerry Lawler and Booker T were at. They had pancakes and bootios all over the table. We had a brogue kick to Big E, and we got new SmackDown tag champs, the 5-time champs, The Bar. And is this going to be a new stable going forward with Big Show, Sheamus, and Cesaro? I don't know. It's good to see Big Show, but I think Big Show's time is limited. We had a awful John Cena kind of selfie promo. This was just awful. John Cena pretty much said the same thing he said at Super Showdown. I don't know what my future is, blah, blah, blah. They could have done a much better job with this. They could have recorded some stuff while they were in Australia for this SmackDown 1000 and made it look a lot better than John Cena's horrible selfie skills. Next up would be the main event. Another Crown Jewel qualifying match. Rey Mysterio's return to WWE versus the United States Champion, Nakamura. This was a decent match. I think Rey Mysterio has a lot of hype around him. But again, similar to Big Show, Rey Mysterio's time is probably more limited. I know he did sign a 2-year deal or a 18-month deal. But Rey Mysterio is a guy, he's, got a lot of miles on him. This was a decent match overall, like I said. Rey ducks the Kinshasa, hits a 619, and does like a springboard frog splash for the 3 count, and Rey's going to Crown Jewel. So we got John Cena, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, The Miz, and Rey Mysterio, who will compete at Crown Jewel for the World Cup. And immediately after this, I think the thing that hurt this show the most was the commercial breaks. Very poorly placed commercial breaks. I mean, at the beginning of the New Day Bar match, they go right to commercial. At the beginning of the Mysterio Nakamura match, they go right to commercial. This kills a lot of momentum you got during a match. Rey Mysterio's music is playing, and then boom, here comes The Undertaker, and he has 3 words for DX. Rest in peace. And that was pretty much it for The Undertaker. Overall, I would say it was a above average show, but if you didn't see this, there's really not much you missed. I would say go check out Rey Mysterio's match and the Evolution bit. The cutting edge with Becky Lynch was decent, but I thought it could have been a lot better. They really didn't hype the show up too much either. Who are some of the other women on SmackDown? We didn't even have a women's match on this show, the so-called Women's Evolution. So no Asuka, no Naomi, Charlotte, Becky. Where is this Women's Evolution they're supposed to be touting around all the time with a big pay-per-view coming up? You would think you would have a big women's match on the SmackDown 1000. Overall, guys, let me know your thoughts on the show. I'd probably give it a C, C plus, maybe a 5 out of 10 is being generous. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Take some time and subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Peace.